What up, YouTube? Me again. Today, I want to talk about Tyler Herro and where is he going next? Because it feels like since his sixth man of the year season, he's been fairly stagnant. And after that season, which occurred in 2021 to 2022, he has been promoted to a full-time starter, and his production has been much of the same. So I don't know if there's another step for him to take, and if there is that next step going to be with the Miami Heat, or is that next step going to be on a different team? He recently signed an extension, I believe, right before, not this past season, but the season before started. And he's currently under contract for this year, the 2025-2026 season, and the 2026-2027 season. So he will be a free agent in 2027, the summer of 2027. And he's getting paid a hefty amount, right? So I think the dilemma here is the Heat. It seems like he had a better fit coming off the bench. And he was playing, fairly similar minutes. He was just coming off the bench. He was just a part of that second unit where he had more free reign to take the shots they wanted. He was getting more shots up and was shooting better percentages. It wasn't that far off of what he averaged this season, but he didn't really play that much this season. He played 42 games this season compared to 66 games in that sixth man of the year season they had in 21 to 22. And I just think there's a lot of things kind of surrounding the Heat right now, like the uncertainty of Jimmy Butler and whether or not he's going to get traded. How does Bam Adebayo kind of fit into the mix, especially if Jimmy Butler's not there? It's going to be an interesting dynamic. They just drafted Khalil Ware in this year's draft, so he's supposed to be a piece of their offense and their defense going forward. So it seems like the Heat are moving fast, and they kind of got to figure out what they're going to do with the players that have been on their team for a long time. I mean, like, does Duncan Robinson stay on the team? There's going to be some sort of movement because Pat Riley hates being stagnant. So he's not going to continue to try the same thing over and over again if they're finishing in a worse place than they were the year prior. So from going to the finals, for several years, to now, I believe they got knocked out in the first round this past year. So they're definitely going to be retooling some stuff. Or at least it seems that way, just based on that press conference that Pat Riley had where he basically told Jimmy Butler to shut the up if he's not playing. So it just seems like there's some tweaks coming. I don't really know what those tweaks will be, but Pat Riley is that type of guy where it's like if you're not working for me, like you're out. Like it's not going to work. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but I think Tyler Herro is a very interesting piece because I think Tyler Herro is still obviously very young. I don't even think he's like 25, and he has a lot of value because he can be slotted into different roles. He can be a six man. He can be a starter. It doesn't really matter. He's just he is what he is. He's going to be getting buckets. He's going to score points. He's going to hit open shots. That's really what he does. He's not really much of a facilitator. He doesn't do a ton of other things super well. He's not a great defender. But he can get you points. So a team that needs offense, this is the perfect thing for them. So I'm not really sure what the prospects would be in return if the Heat did want to trade Tyler Herro, but I think that's a possibility. I would not be surprised if the Heat really broke down a lot of their roster. I think the only player that's really untouchable for them is Bam, and I think everyone else is tradable. Well, I should say that. I would say Bam and Jaime Jaquez are certainly not going anywhere. I don't think Khalil Ware is going anywhere yet, but I mean, for the most part, I think everyone else is tradable at this point. So I think, there was an article that I read that Udonis Haslem was like hinting at Tyler Herro moving back to his 6-man role, which I think is a better thing for him anyway. So I don't know what that means for the starting lineup. I don't know what that means for the team as a whole. But I think Tyler Herro, being a 6-man, he definitely is somebody who could win the award multiple times. So he might wind up being, the best 6-man in NBA history before it's all said and done if he continues to do what he did in that one season where he won the award. So it'll be interesting to see. He's a 18 points per game scorer for his career. The last 3 years, he's averaged just over 20 points per game. So you know what you're getting with him, right? And he does have games sometimes where he doesn't really, score like he should. He, shoots a bad percentage from the field and from three. But for the most part, he's consistent. But I think with the outlook of the rest of the team and kind of seeing what's going to happen, with Jimmy and, anyone else on the team that might be available, I think we don't really know what that next step for Tyler Herro is really going to look like until something else happens. It's probably going to be more of a domino effect. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Tyler Herro has potential to get traded? Do you think he's better as a 6-man as opposed to a starter? Or do you think he's not going to improve and we're going to know him as being the title of a Jack Harlow song? Let me know what you guys think. Catch you with the next one. Peace.